So I am finally doing it. I am technically rebooting my ugliest sketchbook. So if you have not seen my sketchbook tour video, my very first one, this is my sketchbook back from 2020. And I filled out the first maybe like 10 or 15 pages very beautifully. And then I kind of gave up on the sketchbook. I mean, I didn't really give up. I kind of just stopped drawing in it, and then I started using it kind of for more like sketchy things. So the rest of the drawings in the sketchbook don't look very pretty, and it's definitely not my favorite sketchbook. It's probably my least favorite sketchbook right now. And that's only because the pages, like when I say like rough sketches, I mean like really rough sketches. I was using this sketchbook to map out my other illustrations, so they are very rough sketches. So I had this idea because I have at least a quarter of the sketchbook left, so basically a quarter of it is still pretty empty. So I thought, why don't I make a video, not like just a singular video, but start making videos finishing out this sketchbook and bringing it back to its former glory. And I also think it's really interesting to see my growth as an artist between sketchbooks, or like between me using it in 2020 to now, because I've grown a lot as an artist. And honestly, it has been a really long time since I've sketched in a sketchbook, just because I do everything digitally now. Most of my work is done digitally, so I just don't really have time to do a sketchbook. And it's kind of, I don't say, maybe it's not a good thing to say I don't have time, because literally this spread only took me like 14 minutes. So if you have 14 minutes, you could probably do it. But you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to just kind of draw sometimes. You know, you just like, I don't feel like it. I just spent all day drawing, digitally. I don't want to draw in my sketchbook. But I think sometimes it's really nice to have a sketchbook, because all of your drawings are there in the book and you can flip through them. It's just something really nice to have. Also, this is a new format that I'm trying, so if you prefer the real-time drawing, I was kind of envisioning people who are watching this video to be sketching along with me, so I made this video in real time. So if you prefer it a little sped up, let me know. I'm still experimenting with this format, so if you prefer the sped up, let me know in the comments. And if you prefer real time, so it kind of feels like we're drawing together, also let me know, because I'm kind of experimenting with video formats to see what works best versus what's not working. It's all just kind of a fun science experiment at this point. Like, what does everyone else prefer? Because like, I know what I prefer, but I don't want to like put that onto other people. Like, what I prefer is what everyone else prefers, because I know like my taste isn't what the general audience's taste will be, because everyone has different tastes. So I'm just gonna do what you guys want me to do. But yeah, this was actually my first time recording like a sketch video where like the camera is above the table, and it was like really weird, because so I was recording this on my phone, and my phone doesn't have a lot of space. I can only record it like 7-minute increments, and I would have a timer set so it would like ring when the 7 minutes would go off. So I had to basically draw each of these faces within 7 minutes, except for the last two. The last two were drawn within the 7 minutes, and I was stressing. So hopefully, as these videos go on, I can get more space on my phone so I can not worry, because like in the back of my mind, because this isn't really like a normal sketchbook session, because normally I take a little longer in my drawings, and you know, in the back of my head, I was like, okay, I have like a time limit here. I can't spend too much time on these specific drawings because like the timer is gonna go off. And also uploading the video, because I would have to record, then upload the video onto my computer, and that would take, you know, a while. So it was like at least 40 minutes between between the first portion of this video and the second portion. You'll see the lighting change because it took a while for the video to upload because it was like over 1 gigabyte, and I was like, oh my gosh, why? So hopefully in the future I can record these videos just in one take and then edit them down from there, because that would be very ideal, because it's very inconvenient to be drawing and then thinking in the back of your mind, I need to finish this before the timer goes off so I don't, you know, take up all the space in my phone. So it's just kind of, I was like, how much time? I mean, at some point I kind of forgot that I was recording, but like the timer went off and I was like, oh, okay, great. And that's how it was with my sketchbook video too. This video was 2 increments of 7 minutes or a little over. I set the timer for like 7 minutes and 30 seconds. And my sketchbook tour video, the video before this one, took like, oh my gosh, it took like a few hours, because I think I had to do 3 increments of the 7.5. Yeah, like it was a lot. I spent more time waiting for the video to upload than I did like actually filming and editing the video, which is a little sad, but it's okay. We're gonna make it through. So as you can see, the lighting change. And also I took the I have a Winsor Newton paintbrush pen, or I don't know what it's called, but it's like the gray thing, and I colored it in while I was waiting for the video to upload, so that's why that picture looks a little different. I got bored and I was like, I was like, okay, maybe I'll doodle a little bit, and then I just ended up doodling a lot, so I apologize about that. But hey, it's there now, you can look at it, so it's a win. So I also want to say here, I don't know what happened to the camera stand, but apparently I didn't have it totally like locked in or something the second time, because I don't know what's happening, but it's jiggling a lot. I don't know if you guys will be able to tell, but I can tell, so I think you guys will be able to tell too. But it's jiggling a lot, and I was like, why did you do this to me? Why? So I apologize about that too. Also, this video recorded, you know how like when you record with your phone and it records like, you know, the normal way, and then you record again and then it'll turn the video upside down? That's what it did here. And I didn't change anything. I recorded it the same way I did the first time, and for whatever reason it flipped the video, like it rotated it so it was upside down, and I was like, why is this happening to me? Why? So that made it a little harder to edit, and I think maybe that's why it's looking a little weird, like and wobbly. Oh, this is a Posca pen. I was, you know, doing my little art YouTuber moment, showing it. Hey, Posca pens, if you want to sponsor me, that's okay. I really like these pens though. I don't have a lot of traditional art supplies. I think that's kind of self-explanatory because I do a lot of digital art, but I really want to get more into traditional because I really like sketchbook videos and making them, you know, despite the fact I have to record them in 7-minute increments. But I would really love to get more traditional stuff. The only reason, so this is going to be a thing later, but I have to use this pen to do the line art, and it's a very thick pen, so I can't get very precise lines with it. I couldn't find, I know I have like an inking pen, but I could not for the life of me find it. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna use the Posca pen. It'll be okay. It was in fact not okay. The Posca pen's really great for getting those like really big bulky lines, but if you want to do fine lines, they're just not built for it. So you'll see me do it in a few minutes, but I take the pen and I start to do the eyes and the nose, and I accidentally did a big oopsie, and it was not fantastic. I was like, you know what? It's like I kind of like it though, because also when you sketch, oh, you'll see it happen. And there you go. Yep. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but it's not a fine line pen, and I needed one and I didn't have one, so I used what I had, you know, in my desk. And it's interesting looking. It makes it look interesting. But anyway, I need to go and get more traditional stuff. I'm gonna do these kinds of videos because it's just not working. I'm laughing at her nose. Sorry, like that one line. I remember doing it and being like, no, why did I do that? It ruined it. But it's okay. I think like sharing like the not so pretty parts of sketchbooks are really important, because you know, like your skill isn't going to be like you're not gonna be perfect all of the time, no matter like how skilled you are. Like you're gonna do oopsies sometimes, and that's okay. I think they're worth sharing because it makes the process very real. Because I feel like sometimes when you share, you know, all of your, like when people, I mean, it's not people's fault, but when like social media, it makes it so that everything's perfect all of the time, and people don't get to see like all of the mistakes that you make, or like things that you don't like about your sketchbooks or your art in general, or just like things that you didn't execute as well. So it creates this illusion that everything is perfect all of the time. And I think for beginner artists especially, it can be like they compare themselves to these artists who, you know, have been drawing for a really long time, and they get very demotivated. And it's like, why can't I draw like that? You know, and it just comes with time and practice, basically. So, and I think it's important to show that, you know, not everything you draw is going to be perfect. And so at this point, I only had like 2 minutes left of being able to record, and I knew that. So this last one's looking a little rough. I'm gonna put in a picture of the final version of it, because I didn't get to record the final version of that picture, and I think it looks a lot better than like the really messy sketch. But you know what, this was fun. I was like, this is a challenge. I'm going to draw a weird face within like a minute or two, because I think I had like 2 minutes, so I had to draw this face in 2 minutes, and I knew it wasn't going to look very like detailed like the first one was. I spent the whole 7.5 minutes on the first one, so I knew by the time I finished the second one that I wouldn't have a lot of time for this one. So I was just kind of drawing as fast as I possibly could. I really like the downwards face, like looking up, glaring look. I like it. I like it a lot. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this video, and I hope you guys, you know, found some inspiration and, you know, are able to sketch with me, because that's what these videos are for. Oh, here's the picture now. So like that's like the finished, or like more finished version. Thanks for watching. Be sure to comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.